Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ADSS, Alberni District Secondary School, for this year, the 34th Annual Alberni Invitational Wrestling Tournament. My name is Charles Mealy. Thanks for tuning in to Shaw TV. With me today is Ryan, the Professor Dvorak. Ryan, another fine year of wrestling. What do we have to look forward to today?
Absolutely, Charles. Well, we've got 78 schools representing over 525 athletes at the Alberni Armada Invitational Tournament. Again, this is the 34th year we've run this tournament. We've had 2 solid days of preliminary matches, and now we're coming to the finals. This is where all the hard work for the season for the kids pays off, and we're going to see who comes on top and who comes silver.
We've got some great wrestling action coming up next on Shaw TV, 34th Annual Alberni Armada Invitational Tournament, again on Shaw TV. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first match of the 2017 Alberni Armada Invitational Wrestling Tournament Finals. In the red from Riverside, it's Keisha Nagor, and in the blue from our very own ADSS, it's Paige Marr, and we're underway.
Yeah, Paige is one of our Alberni Armada grade 8 wrestlers. She's got a fine tradition of wrestling in the elementary programs. Now coming up as a high school student, she's made the finals at our wrestling tournament here, and we look forward to seeing Paige. Paige has a very distinct style, likes to keep her back nice and straight. So we'll just watch as she works on developing control and trying to work in for a shot, which she's tried here into a body lock.
And she's
steps
got it.
over. Yep, Paige is now in a very dominant position, although she's got to watch where she is and looking for the pin. And
she got it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, just to explain to our listeners, in wrestling, Olympic wrestling, both shoulder blades must touch in order for a pin to be awarded, but they only have to touch for a split second. There's no holding rule. So as long as they're down in control with the shoulder blades touching the match is over by pinfall. Paige, in a very, very quick match, took advantage of that upper body lock, stepped in just like she should, took down her opponent Keisha, and is now being awarded her gold medal by Pat Dahlquist, our school trustee.
Excellent work by Paige Marr from ADSS. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up on mat number 2 in the finals, it's Sam Steele in the red from St. Thomas More. And we have Jace Clayton from ADSS in the blue.
Yeah, Jace is part of the Clayton dynasty here at Alberni Wrestling at ADSS. Looking forward to seeing Jace have a very strong technical match here. He's going to be working for control. So in the upper weight classes here, what they're starting to do is they'll start to do more head wrestling and more arm wrestling. So they'll try and control the head, as Sam, his opponent here, is trying to do with an upper body lock, or basically trying to get a double overhook, where you grab both of the arms. Again, both wrestlers are now trying to get advantage. At this weight class, these are very strong kids. We see a throw here from Sam, basically a modified head and arm. Jace is in a tough position here where he's got to really work hard to try and avoid being pinned and either re-roll, and the official is calling for a pin.
And that was just quick.
Yeah.
And a little from our vantage point, it didn't look like his one shoulder was down. However, it only needs to be instantaneous, as you said, during the last match, and that's all that counts.
That's right, and at least 2 officials have to agree with the fall. So we run a 3-official system here, 1 official in the chair, 1 on the mat, and 1 at the table, the head official. All 2 of the 3 have to agree for a pin to be awarded.
Congratulations to Sam Steele from St. Thomas More in the red, and of course our very own Jace Clayton from ADSS.
Yeah,
picking up the silver.
It was unfortunate for Jace. He just got caught in a throw. He didn't get a chance to really get that technical skill that he has out on the mat. So, look forward to Jace having some great success at the Islands and Provincials.
Hear, hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up on mat number 2, bout 7003, it is Layla Ald from Ucluelet in the red, full red, solid red, and it is Nicole Ginham from Western in the red and black singlet.
Yeah, Leah's part of that strong Ucluelet connection to the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program with Coach Rhodes. Certainly a very strong program, and I look forward to Leah trying to demonstrate some skills here. Certainly she started off strong. Now she's got herself into a basically Nicole attempted a bit of an arm throw, and Leah was able to successfully defend that throw and get behind and score her 2 points, I believe. Now, the point system in wrestling is an ever-evolving thing, Charles. So the way it works for our viewers is if an athlete goes from their feet to their back, they lose 4 points. If you go from your feet to your stomach or your side where your back, just like that, so that was a double leg, from feet to back, 4 points are awarded to Leah for that takedown. So Leah's going to continue to try and work for the head into a half Nelson. She's in a strong position, pinning position. She has pinned her opponent, and Leah Auld from Ucluelet has successfully pinned her opponent from Western.
That's right. She was up 8-0 with about 45 seconds in, so she was already dominating the match. But it is Leah Auld from Ucluelet, the very strong Ucluelet connection, as they come out with a gold medal again here at the Alberni Invitational Wrestling Tournament. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up on mat 2 here at the Alberni Invitational Wrestling Tournament, 54-kilo weight class cadet boys. It is Ian Main from St. Thomas Aquinas in North Vancouver in the yellow and black, and in the blue from Ucluelet, it's Otis Crabb.
Yep, we're going to look at, again, another Ucluelet wrestler. St. Thomas Aquinas always sends a strong contingent, so we look forward to hopefully a very dynamic match here at the 54 weight class. Again, Otis with a beautiful double underhook.
And he's able to get out is Ian Main.
Well defended from the feet. I'm thinking that would be 4 points, and yes, the official calls that as 4.
Well, I tell you, their motto is the Fighting Saints. And I tell you, their mascot's the Fighting Saints at St. Thomas Aquinas, and that's exactly what he was.
Oh, yeah.
Ian Main from STA fighting out of that one.
So he demonstrated a very good principle in wrestling, which is offense and defense. Wrestling requires both a very strong offense and the ability to defend. So we see Otis there take down his opponent for 2 points. If he can keep him in bounds, he has a pin. The mat official there was calling a pin, and he's trying very hard to keep him in and pinned.
Very close.
Again, that's a very tough position. All 3 officials called the pin, and again, a very quick ending to that match. But congratulations to Otis Crabb from Ucluelet.
That's right.
Very, very strong performance.
Disappointing for Ian Main from STA, as he felt he probably didn't have his shoulders down, but nonetheless, that is it. It is Otis Crabb from Ucluelet, the winner in this category. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, 57-kilo weight class cadet boys. It is Heath Yi Fung from Van College in the purple. Owen Spencer, our very own athlete from ADSS, in the red.
Yeah, and just to explain, the wrestling is broken down into 4 age groups. We have elementary, which is basically grade K to 6. Then you have schoolboy, schoolgirl, which is grades 7 and 8. Cadet boys and girls, which is grades 9 and 10, and then juvenile, which is grades 11 and 12. So Owen is one of our cadets, a very strong upcoming wrestler, part of the 3rd of the Spencer family to be representing Alberni District Secondary School on our mats. Owen is a very talented wrestler, has stacked his opponent in a cradle. The pin is called.
Unbelievable
and just
cradle.
Like that, it is that quick.
Unbelievable cradle.
A dynamic, explosive performance from Owen Spencer, demonstrating that why he works so hard in practice so that out here it just happens naturally. Just a dominating performance by Owen Spencer.
Yeah, I give Heath Yi Fung a bit of credit there, trying to get away from the cradle, but nonetheless, Owen Spencer, victorious for ADSS on the 57-kilo weight class. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up on mat 2, it is the 110-kilo weight class junior boys. We have Yanni Angelopoulos from New West and Trenton Vanderkoy from ADSS in the blue.
Yeah, Trenton is one of our seniors, one of our team leaders. He's been working hard this year, trying to, get some results. At the 110 weight class, wrestling becomes very different. You're wrestling with big boys out there. They are you're going to see a lot more standing wrestling. Shots will happen, but they tend to be more outside singles, and then you'll see a lot of throws. They're going to work for a little while here, just trying to get control, open an opportunity, and don't be surprised if you see a passivity call from the head official. The mat official is now put out his arm. He's indicating that the red wrestler is being passive. So Yanni is blocking. So under our new rules, the wrestler gets a warning. The next time he's warned for passivity, it'll be a 30-second you must score. If you don't score, a point is given to your opponent.
And so that's exactly Jim Mitchell on the floor giving
Jim,
that
one
instruction.
of our veteran national officials.
Absolutely.
This guy has been all over the world officiating, and he is the best of the best.
And Angelopoulos there from New West. We've been watching his matches, and it's not the first time he's been called for passivity this weekend. So it's, again...
It's not uncommon at this weight class. It's simply because you're dealing with large, powerful men. You know, Trenton here is trying to do a reversal on a throw.
And
Trenton did score, okay? Trenton was able to take him down, although Trenton was exposed because Yanni didn't have any control. He was not awarded any points. Trenton gets 2 points, which is big at this weight class.
So
now, at the juvenile level, they're wrestling 2 3-minute rounds. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but believe me, those boys are working their butts off out there.
It is go time all the time. And what it is, that's exactly 1:30 left.
Wrestlers are the...
Sorry, Professor, it's 2-0 for the ADSS wrestler in the blue with 1.5 minutes left.
That's right. Trenton has to be careful here. He just gave up 4 points from a nice double leg from Yanni. Very explosive. Okay.
Got to give him a lot of credit, though.
Yep.
Absolutely a lot of credit to Trenton for getting back up and coming to the set position. He's ready to go, and he wants to score those points back.
Well, he's a battler. He's a scrapper. He's certainly going to continue to fight hard. He's certainly not in a bad situation here. He's just got to continue to work and do what he needs to do. Yanni's blocking with his head now, which what Jim is looking at. Blocking with the head is simply positioning your head so that the other athlete can't develop a good attacking position. So Trenton's going to keep working here. He's got his hand on the back of his neck, which is good. He needs to keep that control of the head. So where the head goes in wrestling, the body follows. Trenton's got to continue to stay active, though. He's got himself, he's got out of what could have been a head and arm throw position, so he's very good.
Defense is great so far.
Yeah, I'm
other
seeing
than
a
one
lot
throw.
of passive blocking from Yanni. So again, we're going to see if official Mitchell decides to call him on that. But we need to see this action pick up. What we want to see in this sport is athletes wrestling, not dancing.
20 seconds left. It is 4-2 for the red wrestler, Yanni Angelopoulos from New West, and that's Trenton Vanderkoy from ADSS in the blue.
Sometimes this is simply a game of outworking your opponent. So we'll see Trenton come back in the second round, and we'll see just how his conditioning has been throughout the year. And as time winds down, that is it. That's round 1. 3 minutes of wrestling at this level. Those boys are sucking wind. They are tired.
Absolutely.
So you'll see that Coach McDonald is wiping the sweat off Trenton. Again, this is a sport I participated in for many years. You work out there. So Trenton is in a good position.
And a warning. It looks like a verbal warning given by official Jim Mitchell.
Yeah, so Jim's probably warning him about that passive blocking. So again, we're just going to continue to see how that goes, see if another warning is issued. Okay.
And again, Jim, official Mitchell is again telling him the same thing. So just making sure his message is clear. We'd like to see some more action in the last 3 minutes. Now it looks like the towel off wasn't enough.
Yeah, the officials will always check the athletes to make sure they're not sweaty. Obviously, if you're sweaty out there, it's very hard to grip arms or get control, do what are called setups, which is where you start to move into an offensive position, whether it's a throw or a leg attack. So Trenton gets dried off from Coach McDonald, and they're back to battling here. 3 minutes, the winner takes all.
And away we go. As the professor said, last 3 minutes in the 110 kilo junior boys weight class. Yanni Angelopoulos from New West in the red, our very own Trenton Vanderkoy in the blue from ADSS.
And you see Trenton is getting much better at defending that double leg of Yanni's. Yanni's first double leg where he scored 4 points was very explosive, but you can see it's starting to slow down. He's not committing as much to that move, and Trenton is able to defend against it rather effectively. Trenton needs to be patient here. He's got a lot of time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with outworking Yanni until he gets tired and then exploiting an opportunity. Moving to an upper double underhook. Swimming back out is Yanni. That's a good strategy. Yanni's going to try and attack. He's going to be remembering those warnings from Mr. Mitchell. So he's going to try and appear to be busy, but he knows up by 2 points, he's in a relatively comfortable spot if he's careful. Now again,
defense.
you'll note how Yanni circled to the inside here. So if you'll see the mat, it's got a center circle, which is where the action should take place, and then a big wide circle on the outside. That's called the caution area. Trenton here is in an interesting position. Yanni's trying. Yes, and Trenton, if he can come up on top, will score the points on this.
And that is
2 points for Trenton Vanderkoy. He needs to keep that arm. He needs to come back, keep that arm.
Okay. And now Trenton on top.
Okay, Trenton.
Giving it away is Yanni Angelopoulos. Now the score right now officially is 4-4 with 1:20 left.
Now this is an interesting position. Coach McDonald is going to argue that 4 points should have been scored. Okay, he's going to have an option to approach the mat judge. The mat judge is going to have a conversation with Coach McDonald, who is a veteran of our Alberni wrestling program and has been around for 30-plus years. So he's going to go and say, okay, the mat official says there was no back exposure. It was then turned. Okay, and that's, again, it comes down to the best judgment of the official. This happens instantly, and they have to make a decision. Okay, so again, I was coming back to that caution, that big white area. If the athlete steps outside of that white area, they lose a point. So a point is awarded to their opponent. So these athletes at the juvenile level are very good at circling into the inside of the mat. Wrestling is a game of circling, of movement. So we want to see that movement continue.
And
so Trenton, again, did very well to score those 2 points. That was almost a coin flip situation, but he was able to outwork him and outmuscle him. A good body position on landing. Unfortunately, because Yanni has scored a 4-point move and Trenton has 2 2-point moves, if the match ends now, Trenton will lose on technical points.
And we've got 35 seconds left in this
round. It is
round.
now, and you know where I'm going with this, Charles.
Absolutely.
It is go time for Trenton.
And
Trenton has got to work.
30 seconds exactly left. Jim Mitchell with a bit of a warning for both. Trenton will look at the clock, and he knows exactly what Professor said. It's go time.
As senior wrestlers, they know where they're at with the timing, and Trenton needs to spend this last 20 seconds getting into a position where he can put it all on the line. He's got to do it.
And away they go with encouragement everywhere.
Everybody knows.
10 seconds.
He's got to throw it. He's got to throw it right now. Right now, with 5 seconds to go in the match, he has got to step in and do something. Oh, and he's going to try. He knows it. He can see it. He can sense it. And
that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen.
With the score 4-4, Yanni is the victor by technical points.
Yanni Angelopoulos from New Westminster in a hard-fought match against Trenton Vanderkoy from ADSS. And the winner is, in the red, Yanni Angelopoulos from New West, 110 kilo junior boys weight class.
Well, and congratulations to Trenton. He wrestled hard to get here, and, he certainly demonstrated that he's, technically as good as Yanni. It's just a matter of sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So that's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. But congratulations to our senior athlete, Trenton Vanderkoy. Well done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, this is a high-caliber exhibition match. It is Adam Fletcher from Sentinel in the red and ADSS's own Aaron Batavidic in the blue, 74-kilo weight class.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this. Is a very dynamic weight class. They're not only strong, technically capable wrestlers, but they're very fast. So we're going to watch and see Aaron coming in with a high crotch. Beautiful into a fireman's carry. Standing, scores his, I believe, 4 points there. I didn't catch the official. Again, Aaron just technically moved into a beautiful setup, wound up, found the opportunity, took the shot, and just exploded with power. Coming into a single leg, takes him down for 4. And again, rotates around to the back into a controlling position in the parterre position. Very, very, very technically sound from Aaron. It almost looks robotic out there in a good way.
Probably the quickest fireman's carry I've seen in a long time here.
You'd have to go back to a Brock Cooper type of era to remember those. Just something that's smooth.
Very classic and smooth. And he's way up on it now. It's 8-0 now, as far as I can see, with 2 minutes left in this match, or 2 minutes left in this round. And Adam Fletcher from Sentinel trying his best to fight it off, but that'll be it. That is it.
Yeah.
Technical superiority, a 10-0 score. Aaron Badavinik from ADSS quickly takes this high-caliber exhibition matchup.
Okay, Charles, here we go. We've got Aaron Getty from Esquimalt in the red, Halima Fanta from Winston Churchill in the blue at the 75-kilo juvenile girls weight class.
And just to start off, Winston Churchill is the school that came all the way from Calgary to be part of this year's tournament.
Yeah, it's amazing, the power of a truly invitational tournament, which our Alberni Armada Invitational Wrestling Tournament is. Coach Mr. McAvey invites personally these clubs and these schools to come participate here. So we have here the select crew of wrestlers from across Western Canada.
Unbelievable that they come this far. We're just honored to have Winston Churchill and all the athletes here. And Van College brought about 50-plus students as well.
Oh, yes.
So spending thousands of dollars in our community to come to such a great event, and we thank them for being here.
Absolutely. And we also like to thank all of our sponsors for our wrestling tournament and our wrestling club over the year. We really, really appreciate that support. The work you see from these kids out here is why we do this.
Absolutely.
So there, again, an example here where Erin is getting a caution for being, well, not a caution, she's getting a warning for passivity, for not being aggressive enough. Ultimately, the official has to choose, okay, who's really not doing the work, who's got the blocks going on, and they'll warn them. So again, the next step is a 30-second you must score time. So we'll see. We saw a nice 2-on-1 there, attempted a shot.
1:45 left in round number one. Again, it's Aaron Getty from Esquimalt in the red and black singlet. It is Halima Fanta from Winston Churchill in the red with the bulldog on the side from Calgary. 1:30 left now. Still no score as they're still jockeying for position.
Yeah, well, we're going to see these girls. They're continuing. Again, you remember that caution. Again, stepping very close to that caution area. She's dancing to get inside.
Pretty good.
Very, very close. Like, technically, the majority of the foot has to be outside. And steps out.
That'll do.
1 point is awarded to the blue wrestler. That's Halima Fanta from Winston Churchill.
No. Looking at the singlet, that is the Aaron Getty from Esquimalt.
Ah, yes.
So technically the blue wrestler in the red and black singlet from Esquimalt.
Yes, we've got that. Sorry, Charles, you're right.
That's all right.
Oh, again, a beautiful single leg. Not really a setup, but again, it was...
and lucky to get the leg from underneath there, too.
Very, very well done there from Halima. She took her opponent up into the air where there's very little opportunity to defend and took her down with control to score 4 points.
It is 4-1 now for Halima Fanta in the red with the bulldog on the side from Calgary with the Winston Churchill School. 30 seconds left now in round number one.
Yeah, and we're 4-1 for the red wrestler. Halima, and she's demonstrating a good level of technical superiority here. With 24 seconds to go, Aaron's going to have to work pretty hard to make up that deficit. Now, again, this is only the first of 2 3-minute rounds, so she can also afford to be patient here. She doesn't want to give up another 4-point takedown.
10 seconds left now in round number one. This is a 75-kilo junior girls weight class.
Yeah, both girls are going to ride this out, take their water break, and then they're going to come back in the second round and see who can take it.
And time is called by the mat, and that is it. The score after one round, it is 4-1 now for the Winston Churchill from Calgary athlete. That's Halima Fanta.
Yeah, they get about 30 seconds, give or take, of a quick break. They can have a drink of water, get toweled down if they need to, and more importantly, get this advice from their coaches. That's what they're looking for right now. What tweaks, what little things do I need to do in order to be able to have success out there? again, as a final in the juvenile girls, these matches matter because they determine the seeding for the provincial championships. Although, because Halima is from a different province, it's not as important, but still, their standings at tournaments such as this do matter.
So again, it is Erin Getty from Esquimalt getting her last instructions from her coach. And mat official Cody McAvey puts them underway. 3 minutes left in the second round of the 75 kilo junior girls weight class.
Yeah, you'll see both girls really jockeying for position here, looking for control the arms, control the heads. I don't like how Erin is really moving in on Halima. She's setting herself up beautifully for a takedown, which by that I mean airtime, a big throw. So we'll see if Halima can sense that. When you push against an athlete, they're going to notice it, and eventually they're going to get into a position to throw you. And that's where it gets unpleasant quickly.
2:30 left. 30 seconds gone in this round. And
okay.
Now
Halima has 30 seconds to score. If she does not score in 30 seconds, 1 point is awarded to to Erin.
Oh, just waiting for the clock. Now it looks like the coach is having a question here from Winston Churchill.
That's right. The coach is
with a very nice Alberni Armada hat that you could purchase at ADSS.
I do like that hat. Those hats are available from our athletic director.
Very nice.
They are.
And it sounds like the Winston Churchill coach is just saying, hey, they're trying to jockey for position. She's staying in there. She's not running away. Does he have a point, Professor?
Well, the officials are trained to recognize blocking, and what official McAvey said was she was using her forearm to block the head, where the other athlete wasn't. So once you have that blocking position, it's hard to overcome that. So I would completely agree with official McAvey in this case. So we are in an interesting position. 4-1 is not a huge deficit for Erin to overcome here. She's going to have to work into position. Again, she's opening herself up. Now she's come over top for a front head and arm. Blocked. And 30 seconds have gone by.
And that is it right there.
Now, this is an interesting position. A caution is awarded against Halima. If you have 3 cautions in a match, you're done. It's over. Some of us will remember the famous Pat McAvey final in the provincials where that actually happened. Okay, Erin with a beautiful outside single comes in, scores 2 with 1, moving into a gut wrench to expose. I love the dynamics here of Erin. She's seeing where she is, gut wrenching almost out of bounds, probably 1 more out of bounds to score 2.
I think she scored 6 points there.
Now, our officials are going to have a conversation here, and we're going to see whether or not whether they were at the boundary or whether or not they broke the grip.
So after the point was given, it was 4-2 for Halima Fanta from Winston Churchill. Now the score reads 8-4 for Erin Getty, so that looks like 6 points in 3 separate 2-point moves.
We'll see. Let's see if this gets adjusted, but I'm reasonably certain we're going to go with something like that. So we're going to see what Mr. Mitchell says.
And I believe that will stay exactly as it is. It is now 8-4.
Again, a beautiful example of how quickly your fortunes can change in wrestling. Halima had control of the match. She was in good shape. And then with an explosive single leg, Erin was able to score a huge pile of points very quickly. Now, Erin is in a bad position here. Again, when you're in the air,
big throw.
A beautiful, beautiful takedown from Halima and a gut wrench out of bounds, scoring no points. We are going to see the coach from Churchill question that.
And it looks like mat official McAvey and table official Mitchell agree.
Yep. Basically what happened is the athletes were so far out of bounds that it was unsafe, and that the turn was executed after they were in an unsafe position, so no points are awarded.
So it is 8-8 now.
We call that a gut wrench out of bounds. Again, this is the same position that Trenton was in. Erin did a phenomenal job of scoring points rapidly, but she doesn't have 4-point takedowns. So Erin currently is losing this match, although it is tied.
And that it is 40 seconds left. It is 8-8 according to the score clock. But as the professor has told us, it is Halima Fanta with the advantage at this point.
And here we are, Charles. It's go time for Erin. She's got 30 seconds left, and there's no reason not to just go. Attempting an arm spin. She's got to work now. And comes behind
she gave
and
it
scores
up.
2 points. You can hear the crowd just go wild. That is a great position for her to be in with 15 seconds remaining. She can ride this out with a leg ride. If she can expose Halima, this match will be over.
10 seconds
She's
left.
tweaking this. She's playing it smart, playing it very smart. 6 seconds to go. No points are awarded.
10-8 is the score
10-8.
clock for blue.
Whoa, with a really weak arm spin, arm throw attempt. Halima's going to come in and try and score immediately. She has to throw,
Oh, and she gave it her best effort. And that is a no point.
No points.
And that is the end of the match, and it
Yep.
will end 10-8 for the wrestler in the blue anklets. It is Erin Getty out of Esquimalt over Halima Fanta from Winston Churchill in Calgary.
And
in
that's
the red.
a great example of where offense overcomes defense. You know, Halima certainly was a very defensive wrestler for most of that. A couple of explosive takedowns, but she couldn't continue that aggression.
Congratulations to both ladies in the 75 kilo junior girls weight class in the final at the Alberni Armada Invitational Wrestling Tournament. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Next up on mat 2, it's the 90 kilo junior girls weight class. It is Rowan Strom from Charles Best in the red singlet and Mabin Crabb out of the strong Ucluelet contingent again in the blue.
Yeah, Ucluelet, have won all the matches they've been in these finals, so let's see if that can continue. I know Coach Rhodes has a very strong, dynamic program out there, and basically they're all part of our family.
And you got to give them credit. Let's be honest, Ucluelet is very small.
Well, it's not just that it's small. It's they build them strong out there too. Remember,
absolutely,
Charles,
West
but
Coast
it's
strong.
So much more travel that's involved. And especially you look at the weather today, you go, hoo, that's going to be an interesting ride home for Coach Rhodes. Now again, Mabin, a very good job of getting behind, getting her opponent down and behind her, so she scores 2 points for that takedown. A good progression of moves there. She's going to try and keep her in. The mat official is going to call them out of bounds. So when your head is generally out of that caution area, that's when they'll blow the whistle because it's not safe.
So we are 2:20 left. It is 2-0 now for the wrestler in blue from Ucluelet.
That's right. Mabin again showing some good aggression early in this match. It's always nice to be able to build up a solid buffer of lead in terms of points. So we're going to watch her continue to work her setups and look for opportunities to attack here. So in wrestling, we do something called work inside. So you see their arms are swimming like they're almost like swimming moves. What they're doing is doing what Mabin is doing here with a 2-on-1, trying to get a setup. That way you can move the body. Now those arm things really get in the way when you're trying to take a leg. So trying to move that arm, move that body in a position where you can now attack, which Mabin is doing, into a good single leg, standing up with it like she should. She needs to turn the corner here. She has. So turning the corner is making that move where she can become in a position of dominance. Again, Rowan is making a very big mistake here by trying to hold on to that front headlock. She's done and needs to give up. Otherwise, Mabin is going to continue to climb up the body just like she's done. She's awarded 2 points for that. And now Mabin is in a very strong possible pinning position here. She needs to keep that arm and that head.
There is 1 minute left, a little over a minute left, 1:05 left, 4-0 now for Mabin Crabb out of Ucluelet.
And if you're Rowan, you are working down there. It's every ounce of strength and energy to try and not get pinned. And Mabin has just got to keep that elbow just like she's doing and torque on it by moving it. Wrestling is a game of a sport of moving bodies where they don't want to go. And a good example there of Mabin being able to continue that motion, keep that force on the elbow and the head, and she was able to pin Rowan.
Excellent work by Mabin Crabb out of Ucluelet in the 90 kilo junior girls weight class over Rowan Strom from Charles Best. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, one of the fan favorites here in the 60 kilo junior boys weight class. It is Yosef Al-Atum from Guilford Park in the green and Isaac McDonald in the blue for ADSS.
Yeah, Isaac, of course, is the son of Coach John McDonald, head coach of the Alberni Wrestling ADSS wrestling program. Isaac was basically born on a wrestling mat and has grown up on a wrestling mat, and we're going to watch the technical superiority of Isaac, see if it can overcome what appears to be the slight strength advantage of Yosef Al-Atum from Guilford Park. Yeah, so Isaac is very strong, but he's technically very, very good. So Isaac getting himself into a position there, but scrambling well to give up no points on that move. Okay, 1 point is awarded for stepping out of bounds. That becomes questionable on who actually stepped out of bounds first.
Right.
Isaac coming up to a throw.
What a unbelievable
Head
move.
and arm, that is a feel move. You feel that. Isaac felt it. Bam, he tossed him. And Isaac is now looking at that match going, wow, when seedings come for the provincials, I'm going to be in good shape.
And that's it. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it took no time at all for our very own Isaac McDonald from ADSS to win the gold medal in the 60-kilo junior boys weight class. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up is the 60-kilo junior girls weight class. Kat Blair out of Western in the red, and our very own Morgan Dagenet in the blue from ADSS.
That's right. We've got a good matchup here between Morgana and Kat. We're really looking forward to seeing these two ladies compete. Official McAvey is just getting the crowd to get the heck out of the way. Okay, Morgan coming in right away to a front headlock, moving behind her, grabbing the ankle, getting behind her opponent. She's now got to get her arm out of there. Is awarded 2 points by official Mitchell.
Excellent work so far by Morgan Dagenet. It's only 20 seconds in.
Coming into a crossface, technically very good. Coming underneath, stepping over.
Grabbing the left arm with her right arm
see
and pulling through.
See how she's got that elbow. That elbow is leverage. You're able to move your opponent with that leverage. Kat is in a ball. That's a really bad position to be in and is now bleeding. So,
and it looks like she's busted up, and that does happen.
Yeah.
So there is blood time, I guess, if that's still the technical term.
Technically, yes. I believe they have something like 5 minutes. I asked one of the officials earlier today because it changes all the time. But the blood time is now being tracked separately, and it is, yes, 5 minutes of blood time. Again, this is a combative sport, Charles.
Absolutely.
In combative sports, you sometimes bleed. Sometimes things go wrong.
That is correct. And actually now it's a great time to just take note of the great first aid people we've had here all weekend. We've had a few instances on the mat, but definitely we've had some great first aid and great volunteers here all weekend.
Well, and certainly, Charles, over all the years that we've done this, we've been really fortunate in this tournament that we've had no real major injuries. Certainly we lost Jaden Iverson early in our dual meet. Jaden, one of our Alberni wrestlers, really miss him not only for his team points, for his dynamicism on the mat, but it's been a relatively injury-free go of it. Now Morgan is in a great position, double overhook and a pin. Technically, she dominated that
just
match.
Like that. It didn't take long at all for Morgan Dagenet. All she was doing was looking for some points, got exposure, and pinned her opponent, Kat Blair. Morgan Dagenet from ADSS, the winner, the gold medal in the 60-kilo junior girls weight class.
And good for Morgan. She's going to be looking at the BCs for results, and I think she's going to have them this year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, it is on mat 2, the 54-kilo junior girls weight class. This could be a great matchup. Hannah Tuplin in the red from Chemainus, Victoria Seal from Heritage Park, and it's such a spectacle. In the background, you can see as many people sitting at the mat as possible. It is full now for the finals.
Yeah, everybody wants to be close to get the action here, Charles, and certainly it's been one action-packed final for us. We've had some matches go the distance. We've had some matches end quickly, but certainly this is a great way to cap it off with the 54-kilo juvenile girls. They're a dynamic weight class. They're both strong representatives of girls wrestling in this province, which is absolutely a phenomenal program that has grown over the 20-odd years that it's been, 26 years, I guess, it's been in existence. Girls wrestling being, again, one of those pioneers of girls sports in what had traditionally been male sports. But watching these girls wrestle, you have a great understanding of the athleticism that's required.
Unbelievable turnaround by Hannah Tuplin.
Going from a position of being in a real bad spot to sensing that head and arm, being able to take it and put Victoria on her back. Hannah's only concern here now is to keep her opponent in. If Mr. Mitchell thinks she's too far out of bounds, he will call them out, and they'll go back to the standing position.
And he is
now,
right there.
Oh, my God, you watch Victoria's, just the amount of energy and effort that it takes. That head and arm position has so much torque on the neck and the upper body that for her to be able to muscle her way out of that was absolutely amazing. Good on Victoria.
140 left. If you can believe it, after all that action, it's only 2-0 for Hannah Tuplin from
That's
Chemainus.
right. Well, because both athletes were on their knees when the throw occurred, there's only 2 points awarded. So you're seeing two very technically strong wrestlers who are also physically very strong and mentally very strong. Those are all attributes that are required in the sport of wrestling.
Now, I'm telling you, very rarely do we see two wrestlers come and have names on the back of their singlets. That's how good they are. And now we're having a question here.
We have the Coach Zubak, who's questioning the call. He's asking for permission to should be.
Oh, and
Coach
I think
Zubak is questioning the call.
And official Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell has said, okay, moving on.
We'll
so
just
we're
move
going
away
to
for that.
continue our wrestling here.
Always giving the coach an opportunity to speak, but it gets right back to action.
It's important as a coach. You know, you can't, as official, you cannot see everything. And it's certainly the right of a coach. They put so much time and energy into these athletes that they want to see them succeed if they deserve to. Oh, what a beautiful job here of Victoria, basically defending a very tight head and arm throw from Hannah Tuplin. You'll see Coach Zubak stood up and immediately screamed, missed throw. Now, because there was a pause in the throw where it was Victoria had to push her way out of that head and arm, we are not having a missed throw called at this time. We're going to see if there's a protest in the mix here, but we saw Hannah have just a beautiful head and arm throw, very, very tight, and Victoria work extremely hard to get out of it.
4-2 now for the wrestler in blue with 35 seconds left. That's Victoria Seal out of Heritage Park over Hannah Tuplin from Chemainus. 30 seconds left now in round number 1.
Yeah, this first round is very much a chess game of these two girls feeling each other out. They're not going to be – I won't look at any major activity here coming into the last 15 seconds of this round. But I could be wrong. We'll see. It's always better to be aggressive. But both athletes are going to go to the break, I think, have their water, and take a little bit of time and energy. Oh, nope. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot.
Or not from Hannah Tuplin.
But if she cannot get her down to her knee, oh, and here is an example of where she was very, very, very strong shot, got herself into great position and just had to push it too fast, gave up 2 points.
Now we have to have a decision on if anything happened before the whistle or before the time
ran
out.
Here, whether time had run out.
They'll have that discussion. As they do that, Hannah Tuplin will go back and talk to her coaches from Chemainus, who have been very animated all match.
Oh, these two girls are just amazing demonstrations of physicality here. You know, you have, if you have been a wrestler, you understand it. If you haven't been a wrestler, just understanding how you're feeling body position and where you are and how you have to move becomes almost like a habit. It becomes something you do without even thinking about it. And you can certainly see that with these two girls. They are incredibly fast and incredibly powerful.
Yeah. A combination of power and speed, and it looks like Hannah Tuplin from Chemainus is ready to go even before Jim Mitchell is ready to go.
Yeah,
now
and
Victoria
I'm looking
Seal's
at the points
back.
there. I'm seeing we have a 6-2 score. So the exposure for Hannah happened prior to the end of time.
Hannah Tuplin very aggressive right off the bat, trying to get in there, but again, it is 6-2 for Victoria Seal from Heritage Park. And we have a 3-minute round to decide who will win the gold medal.
Yeah, Hannah knows she's got to work hard here. Hannah was trying to stay off her knees. If she could have stayed off her knees, no points would be awarded.
Good wrench there.
Oh, Victoria with a beautiful example of transitioning, going from the takedown to the gut wrench. Okay.
She's going to try it again, and she'll get it.
Yeah, a gut wrench is exactly what it sounds like. You take the gut and roll. The match is now over because of technical superiority, 10 points. You can see how Victoria could just take that gut wrench and go with it. Just go, go, go.
Unbelievable. It happened so quickly here in wrestling. All those points happening with 30 seconds in. It is Victoria Seal from Heritage Park, the winner of the 54-kilo junior girls weight class.
Yeah, and this brings to an end our 34th Alberni Armada Invitational Wrestling Tournament.
Absolutely. We'll have final thoughts coming up next on Shaw TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 34th annual Alberni Armada Invitational Wrestling Tournament right here on Shaw TV at the beautiful ADSS Gymnasium. Final thoughts, Brian, the Professor Dvorak.
Well, I think like always, Charles, we've seen these kids come out and lay their heart on the mats. They've worked hard all season to get here. They're looking forward to the zone qualifiers and the provincials, which are coming up in about 3 weeks. So, really, what can I say? They wrestled hard. They did well. Congratulations to all the athletes for all the hard work, to all the the coaches who put in hundreds and hundreds of hours of time, and thank you to the fans and the spectators and the families who came out to watch. Once again, at the 34th Annual Alberni Armada Invitational, ADSS is once again proud to host this fine event.
And we were proud to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in on Shaw TV.